Before we can start automating with Robot Framework, we must first understand what Robot Framework is and why is it such a powerful tool when it comes to automation. The best way to find out about all of this is to go directly to the main page, that is robotframework.org. Here you can find a lot of interesting information about this framework, including an introduction, automation examples, libraries, tools, and of course documentation. Feel free to browse through the website and read about Robot Framework, as it will make your understanding of the tool much easier. The documentation is well put together, and you can easily understand the main functionalities of the framework. So, what is Robot Framework? It is basically a generic open source automation framework that can be used for test automation and robotic process automation. The idea of Robot Framework began back in 2004 when its creator, 𝗃𝗂𝗃𝗀, thought about the idea of having one automation framework that could work between multiple platforms, applications, and devices. The concept and design were presented in its master thesis back in 2005. The first version was developed at Nokia Networks in the same year. Version 2.0 was released as open source software in June 2008, and version 3.0.2 was released in February 2017. The Robot Framework version at the time of creation of this tutorial is 3.2.1. This is a major release and we will discuss more about it in the videos to come. But for now, just keep in mind that the current version is this. The Robot Framework project is hosted on GitHub, and it has a growing community that is involved with the framework update, bug fixing, and new feature implementation. Here you have the issues section, we have the code section. As you can see, there are a lot of things that are getting done as we speak. So back to the introduction. Robot Framework is operating system and application independent because its core framework is implemented using Python. In other words, any operating system that supports installing Python supports Robot Framework. Why is Robot Framework different from any other automation framework out there? Well, first of all, it relies on an easy to write, easy to understand syntax because it uses human readable keywords. In short, keywords are actually what programming languages call methods. There are many libraries that extend the power of Robot Framework, and the great thing is that they can be written in either Python or Java. Here on the libraries page, we can find a few examples of Robot Framework libraries that can be standard, external, or other. Standard libraries are usually libraries that come already built into Robot Framework, so there is no need for installing them, while external libraries are libraries created by other developers than the ones at Robot Framework. Of course, we can find libraries for almost any type of automation we may want to do. For web, we are using Selenium library, which has a bunch of interesting commands and keywords that can be used in order to automate your project. Here is a simple example about how Selenium library keywords can be used, but we will get in more depth about that once we start talking about libraries, importing libraries, and using already defined keywords within libraries. So the advantage is that we have a lot of libraries with a lot of predefined keywords, so the end user does not have to create its own keywords or to touch any part of programming except the cases where he wants to do this. From my experience, after automating web, mobile, API, and other types of solutions, I discovered that I didn't actually need to write an extra keyword to extend something that was already there. We will get more in depth about libraries and keywords in the next videos, but for now I'm showing you this so you have an understanding of where they are and how to inspect them. In short, this is the basic introduction about robot framework, and I invite you to discover the functionalities and the installation in the next videos. I'll see you soon.